experience, having coached the Houston Dash for 3 years in the NWSL as well, so it's really a perfect setup. As here we go, in the white uniforms, Pitt Panthers and Duke in their home blues. And the opening kick goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Duke. Referee is Rashawn Clark. Go ahead, Matt.
That's just something you've seen a lot of since the Club World Cup this summer, is off the kick, kicking it deep and letting your defense start or push up and get that press early.
Roller over to King. Duke 6-3-1 and a very good team. They've had 2 tough losses at Notre Dame 3-2, and then at home against Tony DeLuse's Wake Forest team and Deacons, in a game that at times felt like Duke had won the game, and next thing you know, they're walking off not even with a tie. It was tough for the Blue Devils.
Oh, it was rough, and it was just a couple of brief moments of indecision in the build-up, and Wake doesn't need too much of an invitation to take advantage of it.
For the Pitt Panthers, they admitted that this year they had a couple players go pro early. They had a couple Nigerians that left. They thought they were going to come. Now they just have one Nigerian, but next year, 2026, the recruiting class is phenomenal, and they've also got that international window open, which is part of the reason it didn't take long for Pitt. They hired Randy Waldrum and Jay Vidovich almost at the same time for the women's and men's teams respectively, and both of those names, in the women's side, Randy Waldrum, on the men's side, Jay Vidovich, 2 of the legends of the game. One in the middle of the field for a second there by Martino, who started against Wake Forest as well. She's finally back to good health, but Karina Laguerre, who's so important in that holding mid, tweaked something against Wake Forest and actually was not there to finish off the game. That may have changed the dynamic as well, but very good player in Phoebe Goldthwait, who is a junior, went to Durham Academy, and somebody you can certainly count on. But Karina Laguerre, who represented the USA on the U20 team with Michelle Cooper, is the real deal. So those are some big shoes to fill.
And she's seeing some space out on the pitch already. Not so deep lying, right? But you're so far, you know, I know it's just been 3 minutes, but she's provided really well from that pivot. Sometimes if it gets too overwhelming, the press too high, you've got to bring help from the wings. We haven't had to see that yet from Duke. Goldthwait finding those pockets.
Here's Rader. Well, I thought they were going to give it to Rader, but they bypass her. I'm like you. We've talked a lot about Randy Waldrum, and for good reason. He won 2 national championships at Notre Dame and lost several national championship games against North Carolina during his time from '99 to 2013. We'll show you him in a second. We'll see what Duke's going to do here right now, though. Martino into the 18, and one back by Roller. Good trap.
That's a crazy high line from Duke right now.
Back by Martino. Yeah, they've got 4 players. I mean, the attacking players, including this freshman sensation, Avery Older, who won the ECNL championship. I had the great honor of calling her ECNL championship and getting to know her, and of course got excited when she said she was coming to Duke. And she's pretty much started every game as a freshman and has delivered the goods. Good numbers on number 10, and then playing up there with Minestrella and sometimes Rader. Farrah Walters gets the start, and Farrah Walters has great speed. The point of that story, Matt, is, I mean, the attack weapons on this Duke team are unbelievable.
They really are, and what I'm impressed and looking forward to seeing tonight, Oder has been getting that left wing start. She's over on the right side tonight, right-footed. She can invert onto that left, so much so that after watching her for a few games, I wasn't sure that she wasn't left-footed.
Yeah. Yeah, she can hit it with both feet, but Stronger foot the right side, and we'll see how she does getting the start on the right side with Estrella and Avery Older up top there with Walters. Devin Lynch will come off the bench, as one of the tough things about being a new coach is you got to make tough decisions, and Devin Lynch, a superstar indeed, very important, was so big last year when Raider went down. Devin Lynch said, hey, I'll step up and score some goals, and boy did she ever. She's more of a 6'8" combo type player, but she'll come off the bench as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you see her even taking Phoebe Goldthwait a little bit. Look, she likes to get forward, but I think she can sit in there and play that position as well.
I think you're absolutely right. She's such confidence with the ball at her feet, and the playmaking ability from a deep spot. I absolutely think she can survive and thrive in that slightly deeper role.
Taken away. Wells with the foul.
Leave it.
All right, so Randy Waldrum in the house, now as the technical director for Pitt. So that's his son, Ben, standing up, and there's Randy right there. Coach Trinidad and Tobago, coach Nigeria, coach the Houston Dash, great success at Notre Dame. He's from Texas, coached at Baylor as well. That's why going to the Houston Dash professionally. When he left Notre Dame, a lot of people kind of scratched their heads a little bit because he had built Notre Dame into a perennial power that was challenging for national championships every year. But he really wanted to try the pro game, which then led to the international game with both Trinidad and Tobago and Nigeria. Into the hands of the goalkeeper for the Duke Blue Devils, Caroline Dysart, a freshman from San Diego. She came on in the second half of their opening game against Penn State, a thrilling win for the Duke Blue Devils.
Marty, stay in the middle. Wish you can sit in there as that ball's going that direction.
Duke right now out of possession, going essentially into a 3-4-3. 3 back with a double pivot, and they're using both Goldthwait, and they're dropping Travers from her wide spot over into that sort of double pivot.
Lexi Coughlin, one of 3 freshmen starting on the back line with the reigning ACC Defender of the Year, Cameron Roller. Cameron's done a good job helping them along the way, but you know what? These 3 freshmen came in ready to play. All 3 of them have been in and out of U.S. Youth National Team camps as well. And there's Kat Rader, the redshirt junior. Pitt, a little bit of possession. Pitt, what I was starting to say earlier, all those players they lost, they're basically kind of looking at this year as a growth year. They do feel like because they're in the ACC, if they can get a couple wins, you can be 500 and make the NCAA tournament coming out of the ACC. That's how good the conference is. So you see 3 transfers, 7 international, and 7 freshmen. Now, Pitt probably had the biggest roster of any college program out there at the D1 level. And the new rule was you had to limit it to 28. So it was double-digit players they had to release from the team.
And then you had all the players of the last 2 seasons who are now playing professionally. So you've got a plurality of your players are new.
So Pitt, good possession here. Wells, it's it far wide, kept in bounds. Defensively coming over on the Marcus Travers. Those 3 freshmen back there with Roller. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty certain everybody tuning in wants to know Stradley's strategies. And we'll get to those in just a moment here. We'll start them right there. We'll start with Pitt.
I mean, for Pitt, easy to say, harder to do, eliminate mistakes. And what that requires is mental focus. You got to stay in the game. And for a full 90, it's so tough, but that's what they got to do. You have to stay organized and communicate. We've seen some breakdowns in the past game, specifically SMU, where the communication just wasn't there. You have to be loud and verbal to organize that defense, and they got to keep the ball. They've got to take some of the pressure off of this defense because this Duke offense is dynamic. And you can do that. Duke can't score if you've got the ball.
Stradley's strategies for the home team, Kieran Hall's Duke Blue Devils. What do you got for them, Matt?
They've gotten into some dangerous areas, specifically against Wake Forest. They need to be a little bit more clinical inside the 18. Find that quality last ball in behind. Make sure you're checking to be onside and finish clinically. They have to create the confidence. They have to speak it into existence. When things aren't going your way, it can snowball. It can almost feel like you're cursed, but you have to speak confidence into existence. And they've got to stay disciplined on defense. You can't turn off. You have to compete for those 50-50s, because that's where they got into trouble against Wake, and in previous games is not competing for those 50-50s.
Stradley's Strategies, copyright trademark LLC.
Patent pending.
Up, get your space.
For such a giant
Max,
pitch,
get up. Max,
this
get
game
up.
is being played within about 25 meters of each other. It's really compact between the back line and the attacking line.
Well, that's really well said, and it's moving in quadrants in that same sort of 25 yards collectively, as both these teams well coached. Of course, Kieran Hall in his first season, but working under first John Kerr Jr. and Mike Brady with the men's team, and now with the legendary Robbie Church, who is hopefully tuning in from the beach. There's Kieran Hall, who's a delight to talk to. And of course, he made our day when he said that his wife enjoys hearing us call the games.
Made me smile.
Stay sitting there.
That was great. I apologized.
King. It's a little bit too long, and it'll come back to Pitt. So Kieran Hall, 5 NCAA tournament appearances as an assistant at Duke, and of course everybody was pulling for Robbie Church to win that national championship in his final season. Unfortunately ran into Damon Nahas, who in his first year at North Carolina won a national championship. Perhaps that's something Kieran Hall can do. I'm going to say it right here. I think Duke, if they can get everybody healthy, Matt, I think even with 3 freshmen in the back, they are as good as any team in the country.
They have the talent and ability to be very dangerous.
Max, you gotta sit.
It just, how quickly do they gel? How quickly do they figure it out? And that's the difficulty of it, isn't it?
You're gonna have to step up.
Well, that and the fact that they get one player back and then 1 or 2 players go out, you know, so the grind of the season, if they can just somehow find a way to get everybody healthy, get Piper back out there, get Laguerre healthy again, get Lynch tracking it the way that she can normally play, and there's a few more as well. I mean, they're a deep team already, but they could be deeper if everybody was rolling.
Keep coming loose. Keep coming loose.
That was specifically a good example of winning that 50-50 ball, and that's something that they struggled against in games past.
That was King who made the interception, then made the run, turned it back over. So now Pitt has it in the middle. That was Dabo from Paris. King gets a little help from Martino. Now it's played back via Minestrella, who had her goal scoring streak. She started the first 3 ACC games with goals, and she thought she had made it 4, and then they looked at it, video review. I'm talking about a goal against Wake Forest, and they pulled it back, pulled a couple back for Duke, and as they went down in that 3-2. Here's Martino on the run. Now makes the pass over to the left. Chance for Duke here. Calling for it is Rader. It's loose. And Minestrella, who we just talked about, I think she was going to be offside anyway.
I'm dying to know if she was or not, because it came off of a defender, the deflection, So I would love to see. It doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
Yeah, they are going to count it as a shot. I did look down and saw the assistant referee. He did have his flag up, but the center referee didn't acknowledge it. So fair play, counted as a shot, and we roll on. Raider.
They've put, so you see almost a dome around the middle of the pitch. The Panthers are really forcing Duke wide at every opportunity, trying to push them down cul-de-sacs where they're looking to double and triple team.
I don't really see a dome.
Well, you got to squint. I know. So they've got about 5 or 6 players. So if you look right there, a little dome.
Older's way offside.
Yeah, Older, perhaps. I think the not acknowledging the flag was the right play.
I'll give you that, actually.
I think regardless of whether it was the right call or not, we essentially ended up with the same conclusion.
It's a shot.
Yeah, why not?
Sorry, I still can't quite make out the dome, Matt. Normally I agree with everything you say.
When it comes back, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
So we're in the ascendancy right now.
Tackle around the 6, picked up by Dysart as Pitt would like nothing more than to score first.
That tackle from Roller, it was inch perfect, and it had to be, because that's a spot and a yellow card if she doesn't get it right. Oh, it's a brilliant challenge.
Roller over to King. Roller, always so calm. In fact, I even mentioned that to Karen Hall. Like she's so calm and so casual, and the game is so easy that I thought maybe that one goal against Wake Forest, she needed to be a little bit more urgent. But I loved how he shot that down right away, because, I mean, it's Cam Roller, right? I mean, she's the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
King. There's a couple times where King has made decent runs forward, but then forced the pass, Matt.
The midfield's so muddled right now, and that's a testament to the defensive work of the Panthers. They're really just blocking off a lot of lanes that you would I assume Duke is running a charge into.
Well, this is going to work, though, with the speed of Walters to sometimes bypass the midfield. As you're right, it was very clogged up, so they elected to go over the top, and that's part of the reason why Farrah Walters gets the start. The senior from Scottsdale, Arizona, transfer from Santa Clara, where she played for Jerry Smith, another legend of the game. Of course, Jerry Smith married to Brandy Chastain, who was on the 91 team, the 96 Olympic team, and the 99 World Cup team. Two of her teammates on the 96 Olympic team and the 99 team are in the house. At some point, we'll show you who they are, and you will be impressed. And I think you're going to know who they are as well.
It's not often I get giddy at the sight of a soccer player, really, genuinely. I don't feel like I get big-timed too much. I got big-timed when you were like, they're here. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's my shirt.
Yeah, we'll tell you who we're talking about, and we'll show them to you a little bit later. But Julie Foudy, who was the captain with Carla Overbeck. Of course, Carla Overbeck working on 30 years as the assistant coach. So there's Julie Foudy in the hat right there. And then 2 over is Cindy Parlow-Cone, who, of course, played for North Carolina, has her jersey retired, and was on that 96 Olympic team and the 99 team. The 99 team truly was the kind of launching pad for the first iteration of professional soccer in this country with the WUSA. And Cindy Parlow-Cone played for the Atlanta Beat Julie Foudy played out on the West Coast. Carla Overbeck played right here at Wake Med Soccer Park or down the road with the Carolina Courage. They actually played their first year at then named Fetzer Field, now named Dorrance Field. So I'm sure they're here to see Carla, as they're great friends. Carla and Julie Foudy were the captains of that 99 team. So there's no surprise that both of them, as well as Cindy Parlow Cohn, have gone on to do great things after their playing days.
One of my favorite things is listening to Julie Foudy speak about the game, and when she's doing analysis, so much fun to listen to.
34th season at Duke, Carla Overbeck, 2006 National Soccer Hall of Fame inductee, and they now have a special award through the National Soccer Hall of Fame named after Carla Overbeck and geared around discipline. I mean, you talk about a humble player. Pitt is in, nobody home. Good trap by Travers, and then Travers gets it out. Unfortunate bounce far side over to Walters, and Pitt takes it right back. Played forward, yeah, what a beautiful ball. Well said, Matt. Minnesota just wanted a little toe poke there from Oder. As right now you're seeing Walters drop back a little bit deeper, and Older's over on the left side, and they've already pushed Raider up for the moment. We'll see if they flip-flop back. They're so versatile, all these Duke players, so if they want to move into a different part of the field, they can.
I love the freedom and the creativity that the midfield and the attackers are allowed to have.
Martino goes down, and now the shot, and Dysart will get the save, the freshman from San Diego. You know, let's take a look at this shot right here. Here's the deal, as we just saw Dysart, I obviously made a pretty extreme statement in saying that I think Duke has the talent to win the national championship. One of the keys, though, will be the play of Dysart, as there was a battle for the goalkeeper. She didn't start the first game, earned it after Penn State had the lead and then has stayed in there, and she'll need to continue to develop at a fast pace. It's not easy to win a national championship with the freshman goalkeeper, but it has been done. But that might be the one area where, well, I mean, Kieran will probably tell us, Dean, you shouldn't be saying our team can win the national championship, but I do think they're good enough. But you're with me on the goalkeeper part of it?
She's getting her voice. And when you have somebody like Cam Roller in front of you, it helps. It helps you because you know you've got a little bit of stability right there in front. You've got a little bit of confidence about what's going to be in front of you. It allows you a little more freedom to do some things from the back line, but she's got to have that maturity if what you said is true, that they are a national title contender.
King has it ripped. Pitt's come to play here. It's a good chance. Oh my, a sitter that was skied by Pitt as it found Wells. Wells, who is from Pittsburgh, went to North Allegheny High School. Probably should have put this one on frame.
Yeah, Pacey gets into a great spot. It's so tough because you want to try to just go across, tuck it into that far post. Just gets a bit under it, and it doesn't take much. It's off into the Durham sky.
Wells, who does have 2 assists on the season. That would have been her first goal of the season. I'd like to have that one back to at least challenge Dysart. Duke loses it again. Pitt looking really sharp here. Roller. Coughlin keeps it alive to Goldthwaite, who runs into a brick wall. And a foul called on Walters. It'll be a dangerous free kick coming for Pitt.
I like the confidence of Duke trying to play out of the back, but gosh, that's deep, and the Panthers are going to sink that press fully in. That's a good win. Yeah, I like the call. I think they got it just right. This is defensively where Duke has to stay switched on.
So 3 players are interested here. Almost an own goal as it went off of Minestrella, but Dysart had it. It was Ellermeyer, the freshman that you kind of put the spotlight on when we looked at the lineup. You have watched some tape on her. She's a pretty good player.
She's a very good player. She can distribute. She can score. She's really fast, extremely smart. You wouldn't think a freshman, because she does have the flow of the game, really understands a sense of where to be dangerous, and she can spot those lines and those runs so well.
Talked about the ACC flag flying for ACC women's soccer. A nation best 8 ACC teams are in the top 25 of the latest RPI, and a nation best 7 ACC teams are ranked in the latest United Soccer Coaches poll. That includes Virginia at 1, Notre Dame at 2, Stanford at 3, Florida State at 6, Wake Forest at 12, Duke at 14, North Carolina at 19, and Louisville at 23. California is also receiving votes as you take a look at ACC in the United Soccer Coaches poll, most of any conference, including the top 3 in the country. Are you kidding me?
It's kind of wild that you're looking forward to the NCAA tournament so you can get a bit of a break.
Well, last year there was 4 ACC teams in the College Cup. That's amazing.
There were fewer ACC teams in the ACC tournament.
He's kidding, folks.
I'm kind of serious. If you think about the NCAA tournament versus the ACC tournament.
They only put 6 in the ACC tournament, so I still think 6 is more than 4, but...
oh, yeah, the College Cup. You're right about the College Cup. I was thinking NCAA tournament as a whole.
Oh, okay. I'll roll with you, man. I don't
only a couple more made the ACC tournament than the College Cup.
Yeah,
how about that?
You're on point.
It's a brutal conference, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
I love it.
Taken away by Pitt. Yeah, it's interesting that on the women's side, as this one goes all the way through, they only have 6 go to the ACC tournament, but on the men's side, every team gets into the ACC tournament. Obviously, there's fewer teams on the men's side.
I think just predicting future, I think that's going to change. We've seen a good 10-minute spell from Pitt. We really have. They've had some good possession, really good pressure. Duke stood the test. Let's see what they can do moving forward.
Pitt with 2 shots, Duke with just 1. Roller. Minestrella. Makes the contact, earns the corner kick Duke.
Fantastic job defensively. Pushed Minestrella wide, didn't have a good look at goal, didn't have any runners moving forward.
So Devin Lynch, who did not start, I feel like you're going to see a very motivated number 6. Let's see if it starts right here on the corner. Lynch with the right foot. Driven in. The header right there. Oh, she was going to make me look good, Matt.
She's trying to.
King. Far side, and the flag is up.
We saw a good bit of that last week. A very disciplined Wake Forest back line forced Duke into an offside position several times over that.
Duke offside. There's Devin Lynch, the senior from Naperville, Illinois. She's going to come in fired up because you're talking about, like I mentioned, a player last year when Raider went down said, hey, I can handle it, and had big numbers and didn't have the best performance against Wake Forest. So Kieran Hall elects to bring her off the bench, and a lot of times that's kind of a way to light the fire. And she's got so much talent. She gets going, look out.
And you're absolutely right. So I think she had an okay performance, but that's just not to her standards, right? We expect greatness out of a player that has the ability to be great.
A lot of passes at the top of the 18. There's a roller. Comes in just in time. Tough touch right there by Jocelyn Travers. One back by Travers. Older. Yeah, man, I'm glad you said that you also thought she had a pretty good left foot. She tried to serve that one in with her left foot as well and hit it pretty well. So a really good two-footed player, but dominant right foot. So she'll love to come inside and take a shot with that right foot for Kieran Hall as we take a look at Lola Abraham, the sophomore out of Oakmont, Pennsylvania. Talked to Randy and Ben Waldron before the game. As I mentioned, Texas was their primary home. Of course, Randy with great success in South Bend with Notre Dame, but they're loving Pittsburgh. My college days, I spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh. It's a pretty cool place.
Oh yeah. When you come through the tunnel and you see the stadium with the rivers, it's a formative moment, I think, when you're looking at the city. That's my first ever impression of Pittsburgh. I'd read about it in a dictionary one time, and then I got to see it. It was amazing.
Read about it in the dictionary.
Yeah. Yeah. If you look up Pittsburgh in the dictionary, it tells you a little bit.
In the dictionary?
Yeah. At least the ones back in my day.
Played over the top. And flag stays down. Pitt is on. Pitt is in. Look at Roller trying to close. Shot. Dysart got enough of it. Then parried off the crossbar. What a ball over the top. And we may see more of that from both teams. As you talked about, if they're going to play that compact, it's going to be open over the top, and it was for Pitt. Decent save from Dysart.
And I love the interpretation of the rule because it's the correct interpretation of the rule. Were there two people between the goal and the attacker? No. But on their own side of the pitch. Can't be offside on your own side of the pitch. Off she goes.
Tuck in, Liv.
Good spin here. Chance to serve one in. Three pretty good runs. King, though, denying the cross from Pitt. I'll tell you what, I can't remember all of the patented strategies, but if one of them is, attacking together, Pitt is doing it.
Yeah, it was keep the ball, and they've certainly done that. They've taken a lot of pressure off of their defense. Their defense has been so organized. Pitt really listened. I feel like they were in the meeting. They've taken it to heart, my suggestions.
Reorganize, sit in the half space loose.
Sonacheva is in the game now, and she's a senior out of San Jose, spent time with UCLA. Taken away again there. Roller was trying to thread the needle to Goldthwaite. This is a decent ball, but it'll roll out of bounds.
It's not far away from great, is it? It's a good look on the breakaway, and you've got Roller just trying to cut down the angle. What a save by Dysart, pushing it up onto the bar.
Margaret Wild with the shot. Yeah, if Dysart doesn't get her hands on the ball, that's in the back of the net. I think she did enough to elevate it off the crossbar, and then with that changed rotation of the ball, got the good bounce off the crossbar as well, Matt.
It's the calmness, and I'm okay with it. Sometimes you'd like to see maybe a little bit of space to cut down the angle, but with roller coming out and trying to cut off that far post, I think Dysart's positioning was fantastic.
I agree. There's Lynch motoring. Like I said, I think you're going to see a lot of that from Devin Lynch.
This has been a gritty performance by both teams, good defensive performance. And that's something that when Pitt is organized, and they have been very organized defensively, that's where their opportunities are coming, is because of their organization. They're able to win the ball in difficult areas, especially when they can get that counter press on really quick.
Keep going.
Stopped on that angled pass by Lexi Coughlin. Freshman right back. Too far out in front that time of Sana Cheva. As you see Raider. Good look there at Lexi Coughlin from California.
Dabo did just enough to put Raider off, just to make her hesitate. Sonacheva had to check back into an onside position, and the pass too far advanced for Sonacheva to get to. That's because of the pressure provided by Dabo, who's been doing brilliantly in that left-sided defensive-minded midfield role.
Avery Older, who rarely comes out of the game. She's got a 90-minute motor. Goldthwaite, tough ball for her to deal with.
It's going to be close.
Sonacheva.
Oh. Sonacheva can motor, nearly track that down.
Yeah, you like her game, Matt, and I like the reasons you like her game, but why don't you share it with everybody watching?
She's physical and fast. She's technical, but my favorite thing about her is the strength that she plays with. If you're going up against her, it's not going to be a fun time. She is so strong. You're going to know that you're being defended. She's got a little bit of chaos to her. I like a little bit of chaos. I need a little bit of chaos on the pitch. That's what makes amazing things happen. That was a little bit of chaos right there.
It was. That after Ellermeyer tried to blast one from 25 yards and went off of Duke, and that's part of the reason the transition is on. I think if you're Kieran Hall, if you're going to get the transition, I think he probably wants to see a little bit of what Pitt has been able to do. They've been able to get the transition, but they've been having players, they had the one single breakaway, but the other time they had 4 options and were denied by Duke, but Pitt has been dangerous at times. I think Duke wants to also try to do that, Matt.
And it's going to take quick play, a quick switch, because Pitt is so organized. They've got to switch the ball really quick to the opposite side of the pitch. They're trying to play through the middle, and I mean, they're just waiting on them.
Foul earned there by Jocelyn Travers, who gets the start at left back with Elle Piper being out and Travers earning the free kick.
So they did what I told them not to do, and it worked fantastically for them. Good 1-2 touch passing right through the middle of the pitch. It is a narrow foul. It is a foul. Travers getting there just before the defender, getting the ball away, taking the contact. This is right where I expect to see Lynch shoot from. If she were in the group there, I would be concerned. I don't think she is she?
I think she's with Raider.
Yeah, you know, either one of them you'd be okay with taking.
Cross the front, Mia! Cross the front! Early!
Yeah, for me, it's Lynch right foot into that top corner.
Lynch is going to push it to Raider. Raider goes off the 2-woman wall. Headed up in the air. Pitt has brought some fight here.
They're a very physical team, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. I love it.
Mia Oliaro coming into the game for Duke. Meanwhile, for Pitt, number 17, Hannah Minogue coming into the game. And also coming into the game, Ellie Rollins, both freshmen.
Wow, look at that breakaway speed.
Phenomenal. And King comes over. Say that's a clean tackle. Trying to find Minestrella. They'll bring it back to King. King needed to do exactly that. Or was getting too sort of stuffed up over on that left side. See if anything can happen on the right side. The other thing, Matt, that I'd like to see more of is they've got to find Rader, right? They drop Rader back to the midfield. I think she actually might be on the bench right now, so pretty hard to find her.
They got Baver back over on the right side. She made a run from the midfield, from the left mid all the way over to the right. Man, when you said that this Duke midfield really moves with a little bit of creativity, they do. I mean, you're seeing it with what Rader did, and now you're seeing Oder have that freedom of movement through the midfield and to attack on the right side, move over to the left. I love this. Sonicheva's always a threat in these positions, but just because of her physicality.
Be Lynch with the service. She can absolutely send in some heaters. This one she took a little bit off on, but had a nice weight on the ball. Goldthwaite will play it back to King. Now Goldthwaite. This first half is flying along. 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining.
Good counter press.
Travers, who has come forward quite a bit in this game, looks for Oder. Oder dealing with a couple Pitt defenders on her, no problem. As she gets relief from Goldthwaite. Now Coughlin. Yeah, Rader did get subbed off. I think the second half, if they're going to keep her in the midfield, I think she's got to be more central so that she can connect with those front three. Oder. Lynch, yes! Lynch does it! Doesn't get the start and says, take this. It's Duke 1, Pitt 0.
Starts with a fantastic ball in from King, gets it to Oder. Oder, you sure she's not left-footed? I'm not positive. Lynch makes a great correction to her run, tucks that left-footed shot just into the far post. That's a brilliant finish for the Blue Devils.
Devin Lynch with her second goal of the season and the 9th goal of her career, coming off 7 goals and 10 assists last year when she stepped up after Rader went down and was lost for the majority of the season, only played the first 4 games, and they needed somebody to play up top. Lynch came in and had 24 points. She's now got 7 points on the season with 2 goals and 3 assists. To me, that's good coaching. Kieran Hall saw some things, wasn't in love with, decides to make a change, and I think he knew it was going to, like I said, overused expression, light a fire, and Devin Lynch delivers the first goal here with just a little over 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
You called it. You said, I feel like, you know the type of player she is and how she responds to challenges. You called it. You said she was going to respond, and she did.
Former U19 Golden Boot Girls Academy winner in the 21-22 season. Here's Lynch on it now. Lynch looking for a nutmeg in the corner. It'll go off of Lynch and back to Pitt with 90 seconds remaining. If you're Ben Walderman, Randy Walderman, you got to be super proud of your team, but probably a little bit heartbroken that Duke got one here with around the 2-minute mark.
I mean, they've done about 43 minutes worth of things right, like very right, to the point where they had maybe the 2 best chances in the game up until that point. Is it disheartening? Yeah. But, you know, the floor collapses. Are you going to bounce back? Are you going to grow wings? They've got to answer that question. I can't answer it for them.
Sonicheva, pretty good ball. Almost an own goal back there on the far side defending. Sonacheva, you talked about that chaos. What a ball she served in right there.
Just wraps the right foot around the outside of the ball. Minestrella so close to it, and Oliaro is going to tuck that in. It's fantastic defending from Archibald, and I know that feeling where you get your, there's a huge lump in your throat thinking, oh my gosh, I've just tucked it away in my own net. But it's fantastic defending from Rise. Did enough.
Odd seconds. Travers has free reign in this game, as we've seen her come out of that left back spot.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1-0 Duke in the half.
And I feel like maybe Pitt's going to feel unlucky. I feel like the best chance of the game went Pitt's way up until the last 2.5 minutes. Duke didn't lose their confidence.
And there's Kieran Hall, who I think is going to do a fantastic job. And part of the reason why he knows it is he, just like Robbie, gives all the credit to his assistant coaches, which, he's got a phenomenal coaching staff.
Really does. And when we talked to him, he was effusive in his praise for how quickly they came together, how open they were with thoughts and ideas, and how collaborative they were.
Assisted by Carla Overbeck, Hannah Gardner, and Evan Gaffney. So second half underway.
I was excited to see how Pitt starts the second half. They can't have that shrunk shoulders, let down, bad body language. They've got to come out with confidence and attack and press and work and be physical and get this lead back.
So Pitt, this will be a goal kick. It'll come back to Dysart. That save by Dysart she got enough of it to go off the crossbar, and a player down for Duke here as we just get started in the second half.
Looks like Coughlin a little slow to get up. Whatever it was made Sonacheva laugh, so I don't know that it's going to be that serious. Good to see Lexi Coughlin back on her feet.
Dysart, you score the goal, and even though you don't start the first half, you start the second half. Devin Lynch. Good defense on the back line there from Duke. Now Avery Oder will bring it back to King. We're seeing Devin Lynch settle in high. So now, remember I talked about right before she went out about getting Raider more looks. We'll see if that happens, because if it does, Duke can start looking at maybe a 2-0, 3-0 situation, because Raider can score in buckets when she gets rolling.
She's also got fantastic view of the pitch. She can see runs as they're being made that maybe attacking mids, normal attacking mids wouldn't see. She's got a great understanding of the game.
Roller pushes it far side, as it looks like Sonacheva starts the second half. She was pretty good. She brought that chaos that Matt Stradley loves, and because of that, she earns the start in the second half as well.
Well, how do you beat a well-organized defense? Chaos.
Yeah, and chaos is exactly what Kieran Hall used to describe her as well, which fit right in. Same page as Stradley. I don't know if he got into your trademark Stradley strategies or not.
Oh, that's good. Google password protected. Nobody's getting into that.
Okay.
Password's my name. Do you think it's too obvious?
1-0, Duke on top. Minestrella drops it to Raider. I mean, for me, I even like just that drop, just to get her back involved in the game, right? You make the decision to move her to the midfield. She needs to get some touches. She's making herself available now, but they'll drop it back a little bit deeper. Now Roller.
Just between those banks of four is a dead circle where it's almost impossible to get the ball to.
They're looking for Raider on that cross, and that will draw a corner kick. So a corner kick for Duke.
Back to the scoring summary. I think lost in the Oder cross and the finish by Lynch was King keeping the pressure on and putting a ball in behind that found the foot of Oder. It was a really, really good ball in behind.
Excellent point, Matt. Corner kick here for Lynch. She can bring sizzle, or she can put a perfect weight on it, just like that. Goes far stick. Headed, but it'll be run down by Duke. Roller, center back with really soft feet. That one headed by Minestrella. How about when Minestrella was pretty certain that she had scored 4 in a row, just the celebration, basically saying this is my house and this is my jersey and I'm proud to wear it.
I loved it because she grabs the front and she's showing it off. She's proud of that logo on the front.
Off the head of King. Goldthwaite. Decent job filling in for Laguerre. Look, there's a long season to go, but Kieran Hall, I got to give him credit for making some tough decisions after 2 tough losses by the same scoreline, 3-2 to Notre Dame and to Wake Forest. Puts Lynch on the bench, and she comes in and finishes with class. And that's the difference in the game right now, Matt.
Yeah, and honestly, you have to know the player. You have to. Some players might take that and lose confidence, but that's such a fantastic relationship there that Lynch knew it wasn't a crack on her confidence, that it was an inspirational move.
Headed out. Yes, Pitt will continue to be dangerous. You can count on that.
Thanks for trusting me there.
See Ben Waldron with his father, Randy Waldron, who's now the technical director. First season where Ben has been the head coach, although last year he was in that role quite a bit as his mom was pretty sick, and so glad to hear that she's doing okay as we send our best to his mom and Randy's wife. Yeah, 40 days actually where ostensibly, if I think I'm saying this right, she was in a coma of some sort, right?
That's
Cancer surgery.
an unbelievable amount of pressure that you feel when dealing with something like that. I can't imagine.
Raider with the shot. Handled there by Pitt. Abby Rice, who is a redshirt junior from Upper Arlington, Ohio. Let's take a look at Raider. I love how she comes back. She was offside a few times against Wake Forest.
I think, and I could be wrong, it's a good shot, but I think she's trying to wrap her left foot around the outside of the ball and bend it back to the 6. And if she really watches this tape and been like, no, that's a shot, my fault, she certainly had every right to take a crack from there.
In there, tight, tight.
Raider trying to find Minestrella. It looked like she was fouled from behind. Doesn't get the call. She's not happy about it. Now Pitt going the other way. Coughlin going to try to close. Pitt really good with the ball at their feet. They can be pacey when they want to, and they earn a corner kick and a flash.
I'm telling you, one of the fastest players on the pitch. I think that's Wild over there getting out wide. She is lightning, absolute lightning. It doesn't seem fair that she's as good with the ball at her feet, being that fast. It feels like you should have one or the other, you know?
Yeah, she's just as fast with the ball at her feet. Well said. Corner kick taken. No white jerseys there, so it's headed out by Pitt. Pitt will have a chance to get it back in the mixer, but it doesn't get by King. Now running it down is Stelzer, the junior from Bluebell, Pennsylvania. Roller. Pitt right at Dysart.
Dean, is it me? And I might be crazy here. It feels like Duke is moving with a sense of urgency towards those closeouts, towards those second balls, towards those 50-50s.
100% agree. Well, it's not just you. Well said, Matt Stradley.
Sliding back in, Max.
Goldthwaite. Back to Roller.
Get up.
Now Goldthwaite again. Remember, no Piper tonight, no Laguerre tonight. Raider, sharp angle, looking for Minestrella. Kept alive by Goldthwaite. That gets it back to Raider.
Good save. Get up.
Raider has touched the ball more in the second half than she did in the first, and has had a couple shots. One from the left, now one from the right.
I didn't hear anything, so I don't know if
Cat Raiders starting to
I
pick things up.
Look at this little bit of skill to get away. Just a blind flick, gets around. Oh, that's a dirty little bit of skill, isn't it? I love it.
Nutmeg. Bonus points for that, as Sage Stelzer got the nutmeg. We'll see how the tackles go for Stelzer against Raider after that. Anytime I got nutmeg, there was a tackle coming back the other way, and it was easy to nutmeg me. This one played over the top. Over to Oder. Oder on her right foot. Right to Rice.
Rice has to play that cleanly, does, and brilliantly so. One thing Duke does a fantastic job of is crashing on those shots, waiting for a mistake. Rice is too good for that. Bending ball that filled it so cleanly. The footwork is fantastic, keeping your body in front of that ball as it's bending.
Her ability to create her own space and then also to be extremely unselfish. She already has assists. We're talking about Avery Oder, is really phenomenal.
It's a rare player on the wing that's willing to attack the high foot. Usually you're going to try to speed burst, move it down the line, right? That's exactly where the defender wants you. It's a rare wing that'll invert and really attack the defender's high foot.
Sent all the way across. And Oder, interesting that time. I don't think she could totally decide which foot she wanted to hit it with. As we mentioned, she's great with both feet. Sonacheva, pretty good cross, creating that chaos again.
Just about a quarter step late. If you're able to get to it, you want to catch that ball right as it bounces. It's about the only time you're going to be for sure where it is. After it comes off the pitch, there's no telling what kind of spins on it, where it's going. So just about a quarter step late, and that's not very late at all given the distance of the cross.
Knocked out of bounds. Taken back by Pitt, the Panthers. Maya Archibald, the junior from Nova Scotia. Spent some time under Janet Rayfield at Illinois. Janet Rayfield has retired. They honored her last weekend, put her in the Illinois Hall of Fame. I mentioned her. She was the first recruit from Anson Dorrance down the road. Anson Dorrance and Robbie Church had a great relationship, great respect, and there for a while, Duke couldn't deal with North Carolina, but over the last several years, they've shown that they can handle North Carolina and clip them off every once in a while.
Absolutely. What you've seen is a Duke program that with Coach Hall and with Coach Church really have grown. And they've started to see the fruits of those seeds planted over the past few seasons.
Lynch. Oder. Now Lynch put herself in a pocket to be available. Her soccer IQ is just phenomenal.
It's very good. Goldthwait, I think, has grown into this game. Really playing fantastic. Made a fantastic challenge down on the other end, shoulder to shoulder, to force the ball back.
Oh! Minestrella right in front. I think that I heard a bang right there. It may have gone off the crossbar. I'm not sure, Matt.
Yeah, it definitely did. Minestrella got onto it, a bit unlucky as she put it off the crossbar.
Just like that, though, Pitt the other way. Good defense by Coughlin, who's going to have to do it again, though. Coughlin, she gets nutmegged, and it's knocked out of bounds. Here we go, Matt.
It's a brilliant cross. And again, scooping it right at the point of contact on the ground. So unlucky. The ball coming up just a bit on Minestrella. Would have been a brilliant goal.
Minestrella can't believe it. Just a little bit unlucky as she's having another great season after 12 goals and 7 assists last year, 7 goals and 3 assists this season. And they want to take a look at, I missed it, Matt. What are they looking at here?
They think that there's a potential handball in the box. That's a potential penalty against Duke.
That was pretty clear. You heard right there from the referee, Rashawn Clark.
In real time, the distance is where I think is going to be up for interpretation. This is a close ball in, and I'm looking forward to seeing a replay of it. It was something that when the whistle blew, I knew what they were going to look for.
So the hands, the arm stays inside. Ooh. Now you just need an angle like from the goal maybe. Because I'm not sure. I can't tell what's going on with the right arm.
See right here? Fine. Even right here, fine. Now I can't see what happens because
it may have hit.
So what they're saying is the ball comes off the defender's chest and then the arm, so it's a no handball.
All right, well done using the review. So perhaps a little bit of a break there for Duke.
It'll be a drop ball for Duke, going, my guess is trying to hold possession for another, I don't know, 29 minutes, 35 seconds. It's the right call. There's sort of an exception to the rule, is if it comes off of, if it's played by a legal part and then rolls onto an illegal part, then it's legal.
I thought the ref did a good job pointing out that like you said, hit the chest first and then the hands. So no handball. Just the way you described, Matt.
Yeah, I cheated. I saw the the gesticulations from the official, who made it very clear, not only verbally but through motions. I was like, oh, I get it.
That's often how I have to speak to Matt. Here's Oder.
I'm fluent in that.
Trying to find Lynch. Goes off of Lynch. It'll stay with Pitt.
It's a brilliant chance for Duke to apply their renowned press.
Duke, last year's ACC champions, and then that wonderful run to the College Cup in the final season, 24 amazing seasons under Robbie Church. Coughlin. Now Dysart deals with the trouble, and I like what you said about Phoebe Goldthwait. No Karina Laguerre, and Phoebe Goldthwait, you know, I feel like her approach is, you know what, there's only one Karina Laguerre, so I'm going to be Phoebe Goldthwait. I'm going to keep things simple. I'm going to make myself available, and I think she's done that.
She's done a brilliant job of being Phoebe Goldthwait out on the pinch. She's saved some possessions for Duke. She's gotten into some positions to really frustrate the Panthers and what they're trying to do offensively. She's been more really a good physical force, and she hasn't come off the pitch yet. She looks fresh and determined out there.
Goldthwait was huge last year in the NCAA tournament as she assisted on goals in the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament, so she is not afraid of big moments. Started playing soccer at age 4, used to be involved in Taekwondo as well. Made her first collegiate start against #1 Florida State in 2023. She also helped lead the NC Courage USLW League team to the championship in 2024 with teammate Mia Oliaro. I called that game, Matt Stradley. It was a monsoon rain pouring down and didn't stop Willie Davis's North Carolina Courage U23 team. They've been to the last 3 W League finals, winning last year. They lost this year to a really good team out in Utah.
It was Minestrella and Sonacheva that represented Duke on that team this year.
Travers. Avery Older coming all the way back. Now Older's going to use Dysart. Flag is up, offside, as that time she actually started in offside position and came back to get it. Margaret Wild, the senior from Pennsylvania. The Waldrums have done a good job bringing in internationals. They obviously had to turn that program upside down, as it had been near the cellar of the ACC for quite some time, and it did not take them long to get in the NCAA tournament. Ran it 3 years in a row in the NCAA tournament, and it's not out of the question this year, although it does seem like they're building toward next season and the future with quite a few departures they weren't expecting. Good work here from Pitt, but coming in with a brilliant tackle is the freshman Travers.
That's the second slide tackle she's made that she had to get right and thwarted a dangerous Pitt attack.
Take a look at the Pitt season summary. 5-5-2, started 4-0, and you start getting into ACC play, and then always going to play a tough schedule. Ben Waldrum, his first official year as a head coach, but as we mentioned last year, he ostensibly was there as the head coach. And now with NIL and players leaving early for the pros, it's perfect because Randy Waldrum knows what it takes to get to the international level, understands, having coached 3 years with the Houston Dash, the pro level as well. So I think it's a phenomenal situation.
It really is, and I tell you, I really like talking to Ben. He's one of the more interesting coaches that you'll speak to because of his openness, because of his willingness to bring you in, be honest with you about his thoughts on the game, his experiences with his family. I found the conversation brilliant.
So Menestrella and Older going to get a little break here. That's a little bit of a change as well for Kieran Hall, but I think one that makes sense. You know, in the college game, you can re-enter in the second half, and those two players have covered a lot of ground. You've talked about the size of this beautiful pitch here, and they get a little break and come back in 12, 14 minutes remaining in the game and rested and can bring the heat.
You've got Sonacheva, who's going to stay wide on the right. Oliaro's come in on the left side. And then Walters and Lynch, who are playing almost a 4 or 5 up top. They're really, really trying to pin this Panthers line back.
This one's going to fall to Goldthwaite. Goldthwaite, usually a pass-first kind of player, was thinking pass the entire time, and it sneaks in. What a wonderful finish right there. Oliaro has made it 2-0 Duke.
It's a good bit of saving the possession from Goldthwaite. Oliaro, one touch, and it's just something a little special. Right in the top corner. Oliaro's first goal of the season, a left-footed top shelf banger. Make it 2-0 Duke.
Mia Oliaro, she spent 2023 with the North Carolina Tar Heels, where her dad is a big timer over there at the university. Moved over here to Duke last year and had 8 goals and 13 assists for 29 points. Has 5 assists on the season, but her first goal of the season. And she is also routinely a starter, but has learned to come off the bench, but she's vying for starting time as well. So both Lynch and Oliaro deliver off the bench.
Oliaro's got a fantastic game. She can play on the right side where she can wrap her right foot around the outside of the ball and cross the ball in. She can invert onto that left foot for a shot on the left side. Truly dangerous.
Mia Oliaro makes it 2-0 Duke. And now with so many attacking weapons, they look for more. Oliaro saw the defense. That'll fall to Rice.
Walters started her run. Oliaro had to bring it back around to get the angle. Walters has to get back into an onside position, and that's where you saw the gap in the ball and the player.
Oliaro starting to heat up. She had 2 assists in the 3-2 loss to Tony DeLuse's Wake Forest team. Now has a goal, and she's on the ball here. Where's the captain's armband? Puts it to Farrah Walters. Walters in because of that pace, earned the start. Walters now back over to Oliaro. Oliaro, good ball! Rice knocks it down. Goldthwaite, oh, needed the first time that one. Goldthwaite has it deflected. It'll be a corner kick Duke.
I think you're right, Dean. I think it's got to be a first-time shot, and it's tough because it's bounding up and down. It's a fantastic punch away just over the head of the attacker. Yeah, I think perfect, the enemy of great in that situation. But it's still a corner for Duke.
Phoebe Goldthwaite. Martino will take the corner kick. Third corner of the game for the Blue Devils. Martino was looking for Sonacheva. Raider Roller had come forward for the corner kick. Oliaro with a perfect pass! And the finish, textbook, off a header, Cat Raider, and it's 3-0 Duke.
It's one of the most intricate goals I've seen all season. One-touch passing all the way around. Oliaro again. I mean, it's pinpoint perfect. The cross, Raider. That's not an easy shot. Full extension, toe poke, past the keeper. The entire possession, keeping the pressure on the Panthers. That was one of the best lead-ups to a goal I've seen all season.
8th goal of the season, 28th goal of her career, and Cat Raider. They slid her back to midfield, but you knew she was going to find her way in and around the 6. Oliaro on a dime, so now Oliaro with 6 helpers on the season to go with her first goal of the season. You know, Mia Oliaro rooms with Mia Minestrello, so they call Oliaro Mo just to differentiate the two Mias. And they're two pretty good Mias.
Figure they were just trying to save a little bit of money on their mailbox lettering.
No idea what you're talking about.
Well, two Mias, you just put Mia above the
Oh,
mailbox
okay.
there.
All right.
It's a fantastic joke that I have to explain in detail.
Here's Roller. Oliaro. And just a step offside.
I thought she'd gone just a shoulder early. Felt like the right call.
So Rice has had to pick 3 out of the back of the net. The redshirt junior from Upper Arlington, Ohio. Spent some time at Tennessee before finding her way to Pitt. Pittsburgh area, they also have Duquesne and Robert Morris right around that area. So there's a lot of good soccer in Pennsylvania, a lot of good lacrosse in Pennsylvania, and a lot of good wrestlers in Pennsylvania. Pretty good football players too. They can do it all. Dysart, bring it back into the 18. She's going to roll it here now to Roller. "12 shots now for Duke, 5 on frame, 3 in the back of the net. 6 shots for Pitt, 3 on frame. 2 saves for Rice, 3 saves for Dysart. 8 fouls for Pitt, 4 for Duke, 3 corners for Duke, 1 for Pitt, offside 2 for the Blue Devils, and 1 for the Panthers."
They figured out that if Pitt's going to defend with a lot of defenders, then we're going to attack with a lot of attackers. They've got numbers really moving forward here in the second half.
Well, that's the luxury too, Matt, of having so many attacking players. I mean, they have another one in Stephanie Recupero, who I think is also really good, but it's been hard to find her time. She came in against Wake and took a shot from about 35 that I thought had eyes.
Mm-hmm. She's a fantastic talent, really is. And I think it speaks to the levels of offensive talent at Duke's disposal that she's trying to find ways to get onto the pitch.
Travers, who has been given the green light to come forward quite a bit, kind of like Emily Fox almost, and has been in and around the 18 quite a bit from her outside back spot. Here's King. King, Roller, and Coughlin, almost because of the commitment of Travers to go forward, it's almost like a 3-back.
Mm-hmm.
So you talked about those attackers. Sonacheva again with a great move. Sonacheva has been clinical here in the second half, and she's going to get an assist and a finish there from Martino. And Sonacheva causing chaos. Duke 4, Pitt 0.
Just relentless on the wing from Sonacheva. Little shrug off. And a deflection, that doesn't bother me. Let me send it in with the other foot. It's a fantastic finish from Martino. Look, those look easy, bounding balls where you're on the line, right? Should have an open net. Those are the worst because there's no excuse. There's a lot of pressure on those. The best thing to do, don't think about it. Just tap it in.
So Lauren Martino with her first career goal as a member of Duke. She's from Cary, North Carolina, where the ACC championships and NCAA championships are generally held at Wake Med Soccer Park. Went to Green Level High School, former 22 ECNL All-American, and now 1 goal and 1 assist. First goal of her career. There's Lauren Martino and Sonacheva, who the UCLA transfer. She gets her 3rd assist of the season.
Goldthwait's earned herself a bit of a break tonight.
Goldthwait got the assist on the Oliaro goal to make it 2-0, and then Kat Rader assisted by Oliaro and Cameron Roller, and then Lauren Martino assisted by Julia Sonacheva, and it's 4-0 with 3 second-half goals for the Duke Blue Devils.
Foxhoven's come in to take the place of Goldthwait. And it's Goldthwait, I think, after 75 minutes, a rest well earned.
I agree. Kept it simple, but was in the right places at the right time. So Madison Foxhoven, another California gal, wearing number 25, started her first collegiate game actually against VMI back on September 4th. This is just her 7th game of the season for Madison Foxhoven, who led LAFC SoCal team in both goals and assists for 4 seasons at the ECNL level. In high school, Madison Foxhoven tallied 39 goals and 4 assists as a senior.
I mean, still, I'm laughing. Lexi Coughlin goes into 3 challenges, wins 3 challenges. This is a team that's already accepted the physicality of this game and is moving towards it.
Back in the 18. Walters was a little bit too far out in front as that pass was behind her. She had to kind of stop in her tracks. Tough ball to deal with. As now Minestrella. We said she would come in, remember? Right around the 14-15 minute mark. Here comes Minestrella. Coming out of the game, Farrah Walters.
Walters' speed on the back line forced Pitt to have a lot to think about. They had a lot on their mind because they knew that at any moment Walters can break off that fantastic run.
Duke is really starting to open up this game. Minestrella right off the bench almost knocked one in.
Sonacheva's been relentless on that side of the pitch. Cross after cross after cross. Strong arming her way into the box. Just refuses to be denied the service that she wants to provide.
Speaking of great service, how about a shout out for our producer, Anthony Henage, doing a great job. Our director, Blake Woodard. Here's Pitt trying to pull one back. Top of the 18, they might get one here. This is good work here from Pitt with 13 minutes remaining. And as I say that, Duke finally successful in clearing it. Also want to thank Rob Gray, Sarah Ellis, Christopher Dubois, Ivan Pacheco, Jack Meltzner, Zach Plisco, Ryan Colleran, Will Black, Elliot Barada, and Matt McCula making up our crew. Alongside Matt Stradley, I'm Dean Linke. Delighted to be with you for Duke women's soccer. I like covering this team, Matt Stradley. They have so many attacking weapons. They've got the superstar defender back there, Roller, really bringing the freshmen along. I mean, the more I see those back three, they don't look like three freshmen back there with her. I think that's because of her leadership. A, B, it's also because they're just really good soccer players.
It is, and they're growing every game. They're getting better every game. I love to see that game one is not the finished product, right? I love to see a team improve and grow. And this season, you've gotten to see it. It hasn't always been linear. It's been in spurts, and you've seen some back steps. And it's been frustrating at times, I'm sure, for Coach Hall. But they continue to move forward. And I think, I mean, personally, I think this is the best we've seen out of Daisha King. I think she's had a phenomenal night at the back.
I agree. Oop. The jinx of the broadcaster right there. That has happened to her a few times where she's tried to drive it into the midfield. But here's the thing, though. She'll make the effort to win it back if she does lose it.
She pressed 2 lines higher to make sure that she could get the ball out and so that they could reorganize. And I don't mind somebody on the defense really trying to play a thoughtful ball through and behind, especially as relentless as this Pitt defense has played tonight.
Over the top. There's Kieran Hall as they took those 2 losses, and he said, you know, one of the things we try to take care of are the ants. And we're like, wait, what does that mean? He said, the automatic negative thoughts, which, you know, look, we all have them, right, in our daily lives, let alone trying to win soccer games. And his goal as a head coach is to eliminate those automatic negative thoughts. Get rid of the ants. I mean, what do you do when you see ants, Matt? You stomp them, right? You get rid of them.
Scream and run. That's what I do. I don't know about you. I don't deal with ants.
You didn't really help my story there.
But they're so pervasive, right? That's the problem with ants, those automatic negative thoughts. Once you see one, once you see 2, now you've got a nest of them inside your head. What do they call them, a farm? And when things go wrong, that's when they start, right?
Yeah, but they've been able to get rid of all those ants here tonight. It's 4-0 Duke, coming off of 2 tough losses by 1 goal to top-level Notre Dame team and a very good Wake Forest team. And they're seeing it from not just the starters, as Kieran Hall decides to put Lynch on the bench. Had already decided a few games ago to bring Oliaro off the bench, and both of them feature prominently in this one. And I like what you said about Sonacheva. She's been really good too. Oliaro to Martino, gets her first career goal as a Duke Blue Devil tonight.
For the Panthers, they had a period of fantastic play. And they're a young team, a team that hasn't spent a ton of time together.
Raider spinning around and falling down right at the top of the 18. So Avery Older and Devin Lynch both back in, and Pitt also will make a change as well. So let's take a look. 3 of the goals here in the second half.
It's a fantastic blast, isn't it? Oliaro just lashes her left foot through it. Oliaro this time left foot, nice little service across the box. Sonacheva says this cross is coming, whether you like it or not. What a finish.
Martino with her first career goal. Gets a big hug from Vera Walters. As you see, Lynch, second goal of the season. Oliaro first. Rader her 8th. And Lauren Martino first of her career, let alone season. And it's 4-zip Duke. Stopping those ants.
Not sure PETA will be particularly thrilled, but can we call them hypothetical ants just in case?
A little over 7 minutes remaining in the game.
I thought Lynch has been very good this matchup.
I knew she would be. I mean, I got to be perfectly honest. When he said Lynch wasn't in the lineup, I kind of like questioned a little bit, which is, you know, not my job. I felt a little bit bad about it because Karen Hall is the nicest guy ever. But he actually was like, no, I want you to ask questions. I mean, I love it. You know, he's like, I want you to ask questions because I want you to be invested in the program. And then that kind of led me to the fact that what they've done here at Duke and Robbie Church has created is they've created a fan base that understands this team is the real deal. And there's always nice crowds here to watch this Duke team.
And what I think they've done a good job of specifically in the second half tonight is farming this crowd for that energy to push forward to get that second, to push forward to get that third, to push forward and get that fourth. And you do that with smart play, relentless pressure, a high motor, and you continue to farm that crowd for that energy.
At the end of the day, the moral of the story was he wanted more out of those players, and they've delivered it. And that was pointed out, especially on the call. Got to give props to our producer, Anthony Hennig, as well, for being a part of the call and asking some good questions.
That's not an easy stop from Rice. Jumps out. It's kind of an in-between area, but that saves a goal.
Another good ball from Lynch.
Martino had her eyes on a brace.
There's still time for that. 5 minutes here. Lynch, just great feet. Didn't really get any mustard on that shot, but Lynch has responded. When Lynch and Katie Groff played together as well, of course, Katie's now moved on, probably doing incredible things with her Duke degree. But both those two, they were kind of just always like glued together, and such a rock and a brick wall in the middle of the field.
Yeah, they weren't any fun to play against, I'm sure. The pair of them really ran the midfield / defensive third for Duke for so long. I wouldn't want to go up against it. That was a fantastic challenge to win the ball. That switch too.
Pitt still fighting for the final seconds, and Dysart knew where she was in front of the goal. Lets that one roll out. Basically says, let's relax here and kill this game off, as Duke is gonna get the win in the swing game. Was because both teams come in 1-3 in the ACC. One of the teams was, unless there was a tie, was going to move to 1-4. That'll be Pitt, but Duke will improve to 2-3 in the conference. Could be a good tiebreaker down the road, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely, because this Pitt team, you've seen it. You saw it tonight. For a period of about 15 to 20 minutes, they looked the more likely to score. And they looked fairly dominant on the ball, and they looked really organized in defense. They were a dangerous team for the entirety of the first half until about 120 seconds left when Duke found the breakthrough.
Oliaro.
Panthers put together a good 90 minutes against BC, about a good 65 minutes against SMU.
Pitt will stay in the triangle and face the Tar Heels on the 5th. Pitt right in front, and maybe a throw in for the Panthers. Duke will have the Tar Heels. Wait, now, yeah, on the 12th. So Duke actually has 10 days off after this game. That's massive, particularly with some of the injuries they have.
It is. Nice little chance to heal up. This, if Duke can hold on for the next 120 seconds without letting us score, 6th shutout of the season, but only the 2nd in ACC play.
So 10 days off before they take on the Tar Heels here at home. Then they go on the road to take on the Hokies. They have Syracuse back here on the 23rd, then at NC State, and they'll end the regular season on the 30th against Clemson. Eddie Radwanski's Tigers.
Are you sure you're not going to dress up for that one? It'd be a good one to dress up for. So close to Halloween.
You can
wear little costumes.
Well, if I can find the right glasses, I'd love to go as Matt Stradley.
Oof. You can borrow these.
Oliaro to Minestrella. Minestrella, yes! 5-0 Duke! High fives from Julie Foudy and Cindy Parlow-Cone. Here to support Carla Overback, and there's so many Californians on the team. I bet Julie Foudy knows a lot of these players.
That ball from Oliaro is, I mean, brilliantly perfect. Bending into the run of Minestrella. Minestrella is in fine form, tucking it into the post. I mean, the finish is as clinical as you can get. It's a brilliant finish from Minestrella. The pass from Oliaro, that's an exacting pass.
Time to start another streak for Mia Minestrella, who now has 8 goals on the season. She has 20 goals in her career, including 12 goals last year. The junior from Redondo Beach, California, Redondo Union High School.
Oliaro on a goal and 2 assists. Off the bench, wearing the captain's armband, and has shown her leadership on the pitch.
She's got another chance here. Oliaro on the ball. Lynch calling for it. Lynch gonna try to serve one. Lynch hits it hard through. Shot from Older. Not quite there, as it will count down. Quick thought from Mr. Stradley on a 5-0 win for the Duke Blue Devils.
I think Coach Hall said it best, that the highs are never as high and the lows are never as low as it feels in the moment, but this has got to feel great. After the frustration of a couple of games, to have everything